Hello, Mr. Jacob, and I'm going to show you what I contributed to our game, Dungeon of Witchcraft. First, I created the selection UI for the game, and player can select different character, and they can rotate the character. But currently, we only have 3 playable characters, so they can only choose either these 3. The rest of 2 are not done yet. We are not planning to do that. So when you press the play button, you instantiate the character in the dungeon, the first tutorial level. And other than that, I've done the character movement script, and the rotation, the camera rotation, as well as the character rotation, and also I have a camera collision script, which you can see here. The camera get closer to the wall, you will not go through the wall, you will get closer to the character. And the character can sprint, and for the warrior can roll, and the warrior have a basic attack, which is the combo. And you can see I can either choose to attack once, twice, or the full combo. And the warrior have 2 skills. The first one is you can see the particle effect is it will enhance the damage of the character. Second one is a combo animation. Yeah. And that's basically what I've done for the character. And next, I've designed the map. You can see there's some props here, and the environment here looks very dungeon. And this is the main collision point of the map, which player will get familiar with their attack and skills, and when they finish all the enemy here, they will proceed to next level. Yeah, I'll go upstairs. And other than that, I also use the same model for the character selection background. You can see here, make it like a realistic game, the most commercial game in the market. You can see in the YouTube, their selection page is like this. And also, I have done the enemy in the goblin enemy, and the navigation of it. You can see the animation, the big navigation area for the map, and you can see the radius here. If the player entered the radius, and the enemy will start chasing player, and you attack player. If I enter the area, the enemy will come close to me, and you attack me. When I attack him, it will react to the player. And when it's dead, you can see the dead animation, and the script and the collider will be removed, so player will go cross to his body. And that's basically what I've done for our game. And also, I've done the trailer for our game, which will submit with this video. So thank you very much, Mr. Jacob.
Hello, my name is Tan Boon Hong, and in my group, I am the one that do the level 1 design and level 2 design. And then the menu function of connection menu and start menu and pause menu, and then victory and game over seed. First, this is the start menu. The one I created is there is a background, then main menu and option menu. First is the main menu. This is the main menu. Inside the main menu, there's a game title called Dungeon of Witchcraft, and then play button, option button, and quit button. Each of the button has different usage. The play button here, when clicked, it will call a script the function name play game, same as the option. Same as the quit. In the option, when we click the option button, it will close the main menu, and then switch to option menu, just like this. Inside the option menu, there's a graphic and volume settings. Inside the graphic settings, there is resolution setting, and graphics settings, and then full screen. Resolution and graphics settings is used drop down. Then here the option, there's three options: 1920 times 1080. Then in the graphic drop down, there's very low, medium, high, and very high. And in the full screen is used toggle. When click, the tick in this column will disappear and appear when clicking. Then the volume is controlled by a volume slider. Next is connection menu. Here there is 5 panel. In the login panel, there is a background image, and then player name input and login button. And then at the bottom of the panel, there is connection status saying that whether this player is connected to the server or not. Next is the game room panel. The game room panel got 2 buttons. One is create room button and then join room button. In the create room button, when we click create room button, here is the create room panel. First, you need to type in your room name and then the maximum number of players in the room. Then you can click cancel. There's 2 buttons, cancel and create room. Cancel is go back to the game room panel, and create room will lead you to the another panel. Once you click create room panel, this is the panel you will see. The room name here on top of that is show the room name and then maximum number here. Here show that the number of player and which player is who. Then here on the bottom left and right, there's 2 buttons, one leave and start. Leave button will lead you to the previous panel, and start will lead you to the selection select character seed. Next is the room list panel. Room list panel is when the other created room, you will need to come here and then use this panel to join them. This is the top-down view of the level 1. All the walls are created by this function called Pro Builder Cube. Once you click it and click Open Pro Builder, you can select your shape here, and then its width, length, and segment. It is very easy to use this. Then after that, beside the walls of the game, there is also some torch, for example, like this. Inside the torch, there's a light. Then after the light, then there's a spawn point, enemy spawn point, and player spawn points. Then at the one of the corner, here is a plan that created by the pro builder. Then in this script, when player touch it, it will lead to level 2. Here is the script. The next level, level 2, is an open map area, and this is the top-down view of level 2. Here there's a farm area, and all the houses, fences are all from access store. Then there's also tree. While I plant a tree, I use the terrain function called terrain plant trees. I add some trees prefab. Once I add it, and then I click add, then it will show here. Then I can use here to paint it, just like this. Then it same goes as the flowers. While the texture of the road and the small hills, I use paint texture. It is same as the paint trees. Then while there's some hills got different height, I use here set height. I set their height, and then I just click it like this. Yep. And then there's also waterfall. All the waterfall are created by me, and then it use a particle system to create it. And then beside waterfall, there's also snow. Snow is also a particle, is created by particle system. Yeah. And then while in this area, there's also a day-night cycle. Here, this is the sun, and this is the moon. Both of them is directional light, and I create a script for them. While in one corner of this level 2, there's a plan that works same as the level 1. It can be only touched by the player, and then it will lead to the victory seed. This is the game over scene. Once you die, you will come here. Then there's a title text here, and then 2 buttons, one main menu and one quit. Main menu will lead you to the start menu scene, and quit will lead you to quit game. Then beside that, there's also a victory seed. Victory seed is here also the same text, and then this is one button, quit. There's only one button here. Quit game will lead you to quit the game once you're in the build.
Hello, my name is Xirong Jing, and I will be presenting my contribution in this assignment. In this assignment, I have created a fully working character, which is the archer. The model and animations are taken from Mixamo. I started the character by downloading a T-pose model from Mixamo and import it into Unity and apply pre-made texture. Then I download other animations such as moving forward, backward, left and right, drawing arrows, aiming and shooting. After that, I create an empty object in Unity and name it as player. Then drag the model into players and create character controller, capsule collider, and a C# script for movement. Code the movement script and create an animator. Insert the animations into the animator and create parameters to enable transition between animations. Then we need to insert script to change the parameter according to different situation. Also create script for aiming and shooting, skill 1 and skill 2. Next, create particle system for skill 1 and skill 2. For skill 1, I made an electric charging effect, and for skill 2, I made an aura effect. After that, create spawning point for arrows and spawn arrows when attacked. We also need a script for arrow to spawn at spawning point and move forward after shooting. I spend most of my time fixing bugs and errors, including syntax errors caused by small mistakes. The bugs and errors include mistake in animation transition, unnatural animation transition, jagginess in camera, wrong code, and unsuitable function. It also takes me time to figure out how to code a feature. I spend a lot of time in choosing between rigid body and character controller when I am making player movement, fixing camera for aiming features, where to insert particle effects of skills, and how to call for skill and how to spawn arrows when shoot. Besides, I also design the main menu, server menu, and game lobby.
Hello, I'm Lee Hon Nam. In this project, I'm responsible to create a mesh character. Now I will show you the progress to create my character. So this is how I create my project. Firstly, I will go to Misamo and choose the character and type in the character I want to make, which is Nightshade. And this is a female wizard character. After that, I will need to click on animator and choose, for example, ideal. So here I need to wait for a moment. Yeah. So there are all type of ideal animations here. So I will pick whichever one which is suitable. Once I wanted it, I will click download, and for the format, change to FBX for Unity. So after that, I need to download it, but here I already download. So after that, once I download, so I need to import it into our Unity project as below here, as where I put model. So here is the T-pose of my character Nightshade, the mesh, yeah, and here these are the ideal standing animation, walking, running, jumping, attack, and etc. So after that, I need to pull my Nightshade, the mesh character, on the project scene at here. After that, I will need to pull this animation scene like this to my character. So from here, the animator, it will come out. So from here, I will need to from entry, make a transition and stick it to my standing ideal. So after that, yeah, using the same method, I will do all kind of transition, stick with the other animator. Then at here, I will need to create Boolean to later make a trigger for my animator to function as the character has animation. So after a boolean I set into run is in the air, I'll need a script for that. So this is the script, player control script, and here I create the animator boolean, which is in air. This is for the jumping, and the other one is run. That's for the character movement. So once I set up in the game scene, my character will be able to run around, jumping, running, Okay, now the character is finished. So the second thing I did is to make the projectile where the character can attack. So at first, I will create a empty object and name it as VFX projectile tutorial. After that, at the inside, I create a particle system and name it as beam, and then I will have this kind of setting where I already wrote in the in the project document, where you can refer to it later, and to get as well as projectile beam, as well as projectile, which will look like this. You might want to know how I create this. This was I used Blender to create this mesh, where this is a cube mesh, and then I need to pull into something look like the diamond, and then I need to unwarp it to make the UV map. After that, I export it back to the Unity and put it in model, which is this one. The name is projectile 2, and this is the mesh. So the mesh will be dragged into the projectile to create this kind of looking. After that, have a few settings so to make it like rotate, looks a bit like realistic. And after that, there's a material which is called projectile tube texture. How do I create that? From the early UV map, I'll need to copy this UV map and put it into the Photoshop. It at first will be look like something like this. Since this is not clear, so I put the black background on it, so you can now see the UV map clearly and its alignment. And I create a second layer on it. After that, I use brush and then use the white color, and then changing the size, and also need to change the opacity. So I start drawing it out one by one, like drawing the line, and then change again from the brush size from big to small, and then changing the opacity from 100% maybe to 75, and then 50, then 25. After that, I use the eraser to create some shadow in it. So at the last, I will need to use this one, the smudge tool, to pull all these tails, this sharpness, so that it looks reality. After that, once I finish, I add in some effect like outer glow to make it more shiny. Once it is done, so I need to export it back to Unity texture. It's here. This one, the texture. So once the texture is done, I need to go to material, create material, and then from the standard change to mobile, particles, and additive. So after that, from here I need to select on the projectile tube texture. So in the end, it will give the image to it. Some things look like this. So now it looks nicer. After this, the last part is to create the trail. How do I do this? I go to create, I go to effect, and then create trail, and press trail. So the trail I need to put in the middle of the projectile, and then have some setting as here, the size in 1, and then the time to 0.2. So it's something like this. Since it's too fast, maybe I during the editing, I will maybe put the time into longer, so you can see the actual effect. See now, it's longer, so it's easier for you to edit. After that, I go to emitting from 0.2, the white 0.2, and then slowly drag it down. Like for example, double click on it, and it has something like this. So you need to adjust yourself until like this. And then for the color, the last one the alpha mix to 0, and the first one is slightly smaller, and I put it to 1x1. So both of the color is yellow. Oh, okay. So now my projectile is done. So now I need script to put it together to make it function. So there are 3 scripts here. One is to spawn the projectile. One is to spawn the projectile, where every click of it, it will shoot the projectile out. And the rotate to mouse, this is the projectile will shoot at the place where my mouse cursor click on. And this is the projectile movement, is about the projectile speed and how much, it's about the projectile speed and how fast it will spawn the projectile. So in here, I will need to create an empty object and then need meet as scene. So from here, I will need to pull the spawn projectile to it, and then here the fire point, I forgot to tell. I will need to create an empty object and then name as fire point. So this fire point I will need to put in front of my character. Put inside it. So from here, let's go back to the game of empty object scene. So from here, the fire point. This fire point I will drag to here, and then size put to 1. Elements. The first element we put in the projectile, whole projectile in it, and then rotate to mouse. I put the fire point, since this is where I will shoot the thing. And then the damage is 20. But since later, when we combine the project, the monster will have health, and my projectile need to deal some damage. So I set it to 20. Okay, now we go to fire point. Fire point, we need to drag this, rotate to mouse to it, and then we fix the camera place, which is a little bit higher and backward of the character. So later, when you press play, you will see a scene like this. So back to fire point. So after that, the maximum length. Maximum length is where once we shoot the thing, once we shoot the projectile, the length it went is like how far it will go. So the last one is projectile movement. So here I drag the projectile movement to it, to my VFX projectile tutorial. At here I will set the speed 15 and fire rate 4. So now let's check and test. So far, since it hit something with box collider, it will destroy. Hit with floor. and it can shoot everywhere it want. So this is my part of the assignment. Thank you.